Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 5. Today we are going to interview Mas Bastian, who is currently teaching at Junior High School to Jember. And for the first section is about students' language engagement. So the first is how do you keep students engaged in learning English during the class?
So for engaged student in learning English during my class, I usually choose the activity that um, interesting to so student interesting to follow my class, like group project. So um, mereka um, bisa mereka bisa secara aktif um, to answer the question or um, listening my explanation about the material.
Next is what types of activities or materials do you use to encourage students to actively participate?
Um, Based on my explanation before, to encourage student active participate, I divide the student to group. So I give them project uh, project activities. So each member, each student can actively to um, work in group uh, dengan answer bagian mereka masing-masing, bagian pekerjaan mereka masing-masing.
Okay, next, have you noticed that differences in engagement between students who prefer speaking, listening, reading, or writing activities? If so, how do you address this?
Yes, I noticed that, but to address that, this difficult to um, engage student who have different 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 skill in speaking, listening, reading, or writing. So I just can um, give them something that's um, yang biasa mereka um, lakukan, yang bisa mereka lakukan dengan mudah.
Okay,
Udah.
that's all. Okay. Next.
And next is what strategies do you use to motivate students to learn English, especially those who seem less interested to learn English?
Nah, for the strategies to motivate the student is difficult to motivate the student, uh, especially who have less interested to learning English. Um, so for those student, um, saya mungkin hanya bisa memberitahu mereka if they are not active to follow my class. I will give them low score.
Oh.
Okay, and how do you measure your students' motivation levels?
Mm. So for measure the student motivation level is um, I can see from their active their um, keaktifan mereka based on uh, how they answer my question or mereka aktif to ask me about the materials.
Okay. And uh, they are any specific reward or recognition system in place to keep student motivated?
Nah, for specific rewards, I don't have any specific rewards, but for for to keep student motivated to follow my class, I I uh, show them that if they are active follow my class, um, I active follow my class, I will give them a high score and tambahan score for untuk mereka-mereka yang aktif.
And how do you incorporate students' personal interests into the language lesson to increase motivation, like students who like K-pop, anime, or others?
Nah, for encourage student personal interest, this is difficult for me to incorporate student interest to my language learning, um, especially to increase their motivation because students have different personal interests. So um, ya susah aja, susah.
Jadi mata sama gitu ya.
Ya. Jadi semuanya disamaratakan. Jadi nggak ada untuk uh, menonjol spesifik language
Personal
lesson,
interest.
specific material for who have who have student interest.
And next question.
Okay, next question is about students' overall performance. How would you describe the overall performance of the students you teach?
Good. For my
Yes.
students have good performance, especially to uh, when I give work for them. Um, they are um, finish their work tepat waktu dan the result of the work is very nice.
Next question is, in what areas do students tend to perform well and where do they struggle the most?
um, Listening and writing, that areas student tend to perform well, and from the struggle areas is speaking because uh, they are still shy to perform in front class or speak in the class.
And how do you track or monitor students' progress throughout the term?
From track or monitor student progress throughout the term, there are uh, two summative assessment in each term. So for 8th grade, there are two chapter, and each chapter have 3 units, and so each chapter have a summative assessment to track uh, the student progress.
And what role does feedback play in helping students improve their performance?
For role, uh, usually I give them um, solution for they uh, struggle to improve their performance. So if they are have struggle in which material, in few materials, I give a solution.
Uh, Next, can you tell me the process of how you create or select learning materials for your students?
Um, for materials, um, I don't create the material, but I just select from the textbook, who the textbook that I use in my class. The textbook is from the school that made by English teacher. So I just select material from the textbook.
So, do you prefer using textbooks, online resources, or other materials?
I prefer using textbook and online resources because I don't, the text I use textbook. It is easy because sudah uh, tersedia gitu untuk material-materialnya, dan pastinya is suitable to student needs, and for online researchers because it is unlimited source that we can access. Um, jadi student can more can more learn from other resources.
How do you ensure the materials you use are appropriate for your students' level and interest?
From for materials, I think appropriate to student level and interest because that materials is chosen by student teachers. I I took the material from textbook, and textbook made by English teachers.
Are there any challenges you face when trying to adapt materials to different students' needs?
Um, yes. There are any. There are. I have challenge um, to adapt material uh, with the student needs. Um, Usually in the class that uh, have a different understanding about the materials, and ada siswa that's easy to understand, dan ada siswa yang sulit banget untuk understand the material.
Okay, next, what are some of the most effective teaching techniques you have used to help students understand complex topic in English?
Teacher techniques. Okay. Usually I use project uh, based learning. So um, I will divide the class to uh, many groups that untuk memudahkan siswa when they doing the work. Um, jadi di kelas itu kan biasanya nggak semua siswa itu pintar. Jadi ada beberapa yang struggle to understand their work, to understand their question. So I divided into groups that yang berisi campuran. Jadi ada anak yang pintar dan ada anak yang kurang gitu.
And then how do you modify your teaching approach when working with students of different proficiency levels?
Um, for modify my teaching approach. Okay. Usually for working with the student or with have different proficiency levels, I saya lebih give more attention for student that have less proficiency levels in English, and for that student have level yang tinggi untuk English, saya hanya memberikan sedikit bantuan untuk mereka. Jadi karena mereka sudah bisa sendiri.
Next question is, how do you integrate technology or other tools into your lessons?
For integrate technology or tools into my lesson, I made question or quiz from the memanfaatkan teknologi. Jadi biasanya untuk memberikan student work itu menggunakan teknologi like quizzes or Kahoot or other website. Jadi itu bisa memudahkan guru terutama untuk memberikan pelajaran kepada mereka gitu. Karena sekarang kan zamannya teknologi, siswa bahkan bisa lebih pintar dari gurunya.
As you mentioned before, you use project-based learning in your lessons. Can you give us some examples of the activity? Maksudnya,
For project
yeah,
based learning.
project-based learning.
For activity, like today, I give their project, so they are divided into group, and I give project to them to create comic for material ability and willingness. So in the comic must berisi at least 2 ability and willingness sentences.
That's probably all from us. Thank you for answering our question.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.